Hello, everyone. I am Gandair of the gaming clan VATOCLAN, and I am casting a in-house game that was made by members of the Dominate Dominion chat channel on the North America server. Game was put together by David12596, who puts together a lot of these in-houses. Really cool guy. And the two teams that we got, we have David12596 playing as Elise, Commando Teemo playing as Taric, Shadow of Time playing as Lux, ViolentlyCar playing as Jarvan the Fourth, TempestEP Vi playing as Vi. I'm trying out some casters for you guys, so we'll see what my buddy here can do. I'm Gandair, and casting with me is...
I am Fancy Wolf. I've been playing LoL for quite a while, just recently got into Dominion and been rocking it. So you look over at the purple team here, we have Denx Brujah on Glaive Warrior Pantheon, Science is playing Rumble, Genolicious is on Sona, Wawix is Viktor, and we have Orphane on Kog'Maw.
And it's Genolicious, like
oh, Genolicious,
like
got
the
it.
Super Mario RPG character.
Okay, I remember him. That was actually a pretty good game.
Which, for anyone watching, I did a Dominion breakdown, and Genolicious and Science were guests on that. We talked about the most recent patch. Find that out on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/VATOCLAN. Check it out there. It's like 3 hours long. We covered everything. So it's called the breakdown for a reason.
Well, it was a pretty big patch, all these preseason changes coming through, and Riot just trying to get everything balanced and ready for Season 3 to make sure nothing is too broken or too out of control when the big tournaments start happening.
Mm-hmm. You don't want to end up being Dota 2. What was it? There was recently a bug that was discovered with an item. It was banned an hour before tournament games started in a tournament, and the players had no idea that it was going to get banned. I think it was like Phantom Lord and a certain item or something had a weird interaction with each other. I don't remember the Dota champs too well, but there was a big thread about it on a forum somewhere that got covered on Live on 3, which, if you like competitive gaming, I highly suggest you follow the Twitch channel, One More Game TV, and every Wednesday there's a show there where they cover StarCraft 2, League of Legends, fighting games, FPSs. They talk about it all. It's a great news show. It's called Live on 3. Are we still at the thing?
Yeah, I'm still summoning for everyone, so...
Me too. This is
and
awkward.
Even if you guys really don't appreciate Dota 2 or StarCraft 2 or any of the other big esports, we are in. Make sure you do, just give them some love, because if esports as a whole grows, then everyone wins. So, you know, even if you're not a big fan of Dota 2 or StarCraft, still show them a bit of love here and there.
Now, if on the Riot featured streams, we're not supposed to talk about other games and stuff like that.
Oh.
But since this is my own stream, I went off on a segue back, because I had to kill time during the loading screen like that. And when you hit those loading screens, there's going to be some downtime to cover occasionally. You'll get some kind of dead air where things sort of hang. I think you just kind of have to improvise stuff to talk about.
Yeah, that's not a problem.
Talk about skins, talk about the most recent patch. You know, you see a champ, be like, and this champ was changed recently, so it'll be interesting to see how it works in this game. You can elaborate on little things like that and just take something and run with it. Like, I picked the two guys who were in the Dominion breakdown video. Just plugged that a little bit, linked that over to something else, and you jumped in with the other thing, and then now we're in the game, which is great. Look at these starting items. You see anything that looks out of the ordinary here?
Well, Kog'Maw's going for the standard no item build. It's pretty standard bot lane for Kog'Maw. No, I'm totally kidding. He just hasn't bought any items yet.
Poker face.
Looking at everyone, pretty standard stuff going on. You can see Elise is trying to get that Haunting Guys really quick, going for the Am Tome and Ruby Crystal, as well as Rumble, but everyone else starting off with Prospector items. So, game starting off, we got Elise versus Cogbot. That will be a very interesting matchup.
Remember to toggle your KDR, which is the button in the middle?
Yeah, I already got that.
Okay, cool. And secondly, you can kind of control the camera by pressing and holding your mouse wheel button, your mouse 3, and like panning it around. I rebind it to right-click and hold, so that way I don't accidentally zoom in and out. Wawix poking a little bit right there. Gets the back and forth poke. Boost the singularity first thing out. And just kind of lingering there, using it to zone, which is good. Genolicious takes a little bit of damage there. And Teemo sticking his head out there, taking some damage, gets stunned by Pantheon right away. J4 with a nice airborne there, but taking exhaust for his troubles. And Commando Teemo having to retreat from the fight a little bit, getting low on hit points there. Red team kind of pushing in a little bit right there. ViolentlyCar getting lower heats, another exhaust. Teemo getting low, he's giving the first one. Oh, saved by Lux, but only for a moment before Viktor gets the kill.
Down goes Taric, down goes Jarvan. That Viktor AoE is really messing them up here. It zoned them out towards the beginning, and they're just able to keep on and chasing. Let's see. I think Lux is going to be able to get away fine, but they do take the windmill perfectly. And what actually happened bot is Orphane didn't start with any items. He walked down, capped the point, went B, and then bought boots and grezes. So I think he actually planned to not buy items there.
Well, I guess you were ahead of us on the meta there. With
yeah,
that.
It's standard no item builds. They work every now and then.
Teemo going down for the gank bottom lane, completely successful. Minions all over the place. Gonna Acacian surprise them up a little bit, but they are going to live. Up at the top, though, we got a little bit of action going on here. TempestEP taking some damage, getting chased out. Wawix had to retreat, being low on hit points. Managed to pick up an assist anyway, despite being low on hit points. Viktor is really good at being able to stand back and still contribute to fights, despite being as low on health as he is. ViolentlyCar can't quite escape from Rumble. Teemo tries to intercept Genolicious over by the Speed Shrine, and Shadow Time falls back to defend the refinery from getting captured.
Yeah, as you can see bot lane, once Taric went down to gank there, all the minions instantly captured the point because there was just so many of them. So Orphane's going to have quite a bit of trouble trying to get this back from Elise there. But back up in top, Taric getting a little caught out of position, trying to finish off the Viktor, can't do it. Pantheon, Viktor, and Sona are going to head B. Rumble still chasing after that. Lux, better get out of there. Vi is going to get you. And we can see the items here starting to come out. People starting to get those level 2, building up into the boots.
And Lux had a very good snare, then able to get rid of Rumble there. Taric delayed for quite a long time, able to peel 3 champions away from the refinery, so it was just Lux and Rumble having to deal with each other. Thanks to see the new icons for the recall down there in the bottom, which is kind of cool. I really like that change. It's very recent, just came out this patch.
Very helpful, especially if you're not used to looking at the minimap when teammates are looking around when your teammates are Ving. You can look at the map and go, oh, they're going B. I probably shouldn't initiate on this fight right now.
Uh-oh, they're going for a cap up at the top. Science going to defend a little bit. They got a big creep wave getting pushed up on that tower there. Are they going to be able to get it down before it goes neutral?
They better do something about this. It's going to neutralize.
No! Garrison saves the day.
So close. That was a very nice Garrison save there. I'm trying to see who used that. I think it was Viktor. Oh, big fight going out, though. You got that Viktor AoE, and ooh, as I called it back in Champ Select, that AoE comp is really, really hurting, making it really difficult to push onto that top tower. Just too many ultimates at once, and you're just forced to sit in them with the Viktor stun and the Jarvan Cataclysm, if he messes it up, that is.
Yeah, both teams have that ability now. If the Cataclysm gets put up, and we saw that there, Taric unfortunately not able to get away. Set up for the Lux ultimate with the Cataclysm, but she just didn't quite do enough damage to finish anyone off. And Wawix, uh-oh, it's a little scary right there. Is he going to see it? Nope, he's just going to recall on the spot. TempestEP is not going to have any of that. He's not worried about it one bit. Orphane get a little bit of damage on David here.
That. Oh, that Elise execute is just too strong. Kog is not going to be able to get away from that. Still had her repel. She will be fine. Jarvan actually going down to help cap that point. So we'll see how they react to this. Are they going to send Pantheon down to cover it? And Rumble's on his way down as well.
A rather well-played escape there by Kog'Maw. Now Science trying to defend the point. Wawix Viktor up. ViolentlyCar is going to get stopped. We got the ult down as well, and he's not going to be able to get away from that.
Yeah, Elise saw that and saw that they managed to pull 3 bots, so she instantly went B to get healed up and getting ready to fight Kog again. Meanwhile, they're going to take advantage of this and try to get that top tower back, but Pantheon's coming in with that ult. He's coming in on the back lines, and Sona's still holding that point like a champ. Holding it off, making sure that they have enough time for Rumble and Viktor to get back up.
And did just that. Very fortunate they weren't able to dive and unseat Sona before reinforcements arrived. Pantheon can pick up the kill on Vi there. Shadow of Time hanging back, trying to contribute a little bit with the poke, but by himself, he's really not able to make a play. Good delay there by Sona, making sure that her teammates could get there. In the bottom lane, however, got Exhaust going off on David. Orphane's trying to start this fight here, but David stuffs on cooldown. It's going to take him a second before he can put out the damage again. Teemo down with the stun. Looks like he saved his teammate right there.
Oh, man. Very nice save by Teemo coming in there. Or rather, Taric, but being played by Teemo.
Unfortunately, Acacian Surprise does take out Elise, and Sona was not able to click the tower in time to keep it from turning over to the blue team. So now, they've secured this bottom point yet again. While they haven't been able to control Windmill very well this entire game, the bottom lane's turned hands a couple of times. We'll see if they decide to sit back here and try and hold this point.
Yeah, it's always a good tactic if you're having trouble with the windmill and you can't really take it because you're not winning 4v4. It's good to get those ganks bot and attempt to take the bot tower, so then that way you're forcing more of their team to try and make up for that. And while they're doing that, you can go and take the top lane.
Elise up there, goes in for science right there. The burst, not quite enough to kill him. Defensive Garrison goes down, give them that little bit of boost in defense. David going to stay alive, picks up the double kill right there. Elise, such a strong champion. She got that fiendish codex rolling as well. Gonna have some more cooldown reduction. Teemo and ViolentlyCar still holding on to this bottom point. J4 only just now going down. Teemo retreating onto the tower. Doesn't quite have the damage, I think, to get rid of Genolicious, unfortunately. So he stalled for as long as he could. And with the champions kind of bottled up down there, trying to take that back, top point was neutral, and if this gets captured, they're going to be able to get that quest there, seeing Den's Brujah getting snared right there, damage getting put on him kind of retreating and regrouping with Wawix there, point secured, and they have the windmill buff.
Quest. And that was an excellent play by Taric down in the bot lane. He just stayed alive. He knew he was going to die. His only objective was to keep them there as long as possible so his team could take back windmill. And very good play there. Managed to get the quest. Let's see if they can keep it and make something happen here.
We're going in one at a time up here. Lux stayed up there as long as she could. TempestEP then went in to get the disrupt, and ViolentlyCar wisely deciding not to feed one more into that 1v4 and instead group up with Taric. It looks like they're heading down for a gank in the bottom lane because they're outnumbered top. Nope, they're just going to hang, wait for reinforcement. It seems ViolentlyCar is going to take that Storm Shield. Maybe they're going to set up a gank here in the middle of the map.
Seems like they're going to, and Genolicious was actually doing a bit of trolling in chat saying they're probably headed bot as they ran away from top lane there. So let's see.
Good crescendo and good ultimate from Rumble right there.
That equalizer landing right on the team, and they're running into it. Oh, let's see though. J-Man's dunking onto that Sona. They might be able to come out on top with this one. Viktor cannot get in there in time to help anyone. He is going to drop that stun and will be able to get away. But they're sending Teemo, or Taric rather, up to get that windmill, and they should be able to zone them out and get that top point back.
As long as Shadow of Time can keep them back, they're going to get the neutral off on. But Wawix looks like he's determined to get up there. But nope, he tripped. He's stuck. It's okay. He got his footing. He's back. And now with two people up there, I don't think Viktor can quite get both of them. He does get Teemo, and he is able to get there in time. Although TempestEP does catch up.
Vi just missing that Q would have been a good hit on that Viktor. But, oh man, this Viktor and Sona just dishing out the damage. And this Sona sitting on 2 Kindle Gems as well.
Yeah, I saw that too. Those don't quite stack, but maybe it was just a double click. Happens once in a while. J4, I'm scared for you. There's a Sona coming in from behind. Den's Brujah trips once again. Has terrible luck with those light bindings. Tagging her or tagging Lux rather with that. Wow, we just got a little bit of poke there. Now it's 4 versus a number up top, and they're kind of sandwiched there.
Yeah, we'll see what happens if they can make this play and still use the tower to their advantage. They might be able to come out on top, but I don't know. It's going to be relatively close. I think if they would have had Vi there from the very start, they probably would have been able to hold this off. But maybe Vi can make some plays here. Still have the tower unloading onto them. Now they're doing a really good job of switching it off. Rumble capping it, then now Sona's capping it. You notice how they're constantly switching, making sure that the tower isn't focusing them down, because if they still try to fight under the tower, they would have been ripped apart a lot faster.
And Vi was able to delay for a really long time there, but I don't know if J4 can get there in time to interrupt that. He's going to try, it looks like, but no, not quite. He's going to miss with the airborne as well. And yes, the way that they went in and out of one capping and then the other two trying to zone, Vi maybe chasing Sona a little bit too far down at the bottom. It was a really solid attempt, but now they're kind of in a bad... Oh, there's the laser from Lux! Sona, Lux saw exactly what was going on. That's what that clairvoyance is all about. However, there's no light binding for Den's Brujah this time, and I don't think Shadow of Time... I think Shadow of Time is out of time.
Yeah, Carr sitting over here to the side is Jarvan, just pushing the lane, not quite paying attention. I don't know if he saw what was going on. That Rumble really hurting, but Vi's coming in to save the day. Jarvan, they might be able to turn this around. Yes, there goes the Cataclysm, dropping down, taking out the Pantheon in the Rumble. They can get this top point now because they're devoting all that resources bot, because Elise has just been destroying Kog'Maw. And
Taric's not exactly a champion that you can easily destroy either. I mean, he takes all that damage right there, heals himself up a little bit. Orphane had to stay back, took Sona and Viktor to take him down. TempestEP is going to flip this point up here, maybe? Yes, with the minions there, it should be okay. Goes in for signs, zones him back away so he doesn't kill the minions. Good play right there. And now Sona in the middle of the map. Use that sweeper, goes off right there, so I wanted to make sure that she wasn't going to get caught by anyone. But now they're descending on ViolentlyCar, interrupting him from getting that Storm Shield. And I'm a little afraid of this. Red team's grouped up very, very well over there, and Lux is still too far north and Taric's a little bit too far south.
Make sure Viktor's safe for getting that storm buff, and then what they're going to try and do is push onto them here, force a fight into the jungle so that way they can take top. But this has to go in their favor, because if they mess this up, they're going to start losing a lot more points.
Chase them up to the top right now. Shadow of Time falling back. TempestEP falling back. Light Binding goes off, does a little bit of damage right there. Lux getting low on hit points. Lux, I'm scared for you. Tries to throw down the ultimate before she
doesn't
dies.
quite get the ult out. But in the meantime as well, Elise and Taric just tearing apart this Kog'Maw bot and reclaiming the point. So they did lose the windmill, but they are taking bot in exchange. So they're not actually going to lose anything out of this.
That's been a running theme all game long from the blue team, being able to get that neutral off on the bottom and then just be okay, because they have had very poor top control. And Pantheon's not able to connect that Heartseeker strike right there. Vi getting a little bit far out of the way with the dash. Teemo down there going to dive right into the enemies to see if he can keep them interrupted long enough to keep that tower held. TempestEP dives on the Wawix and puts him down. We have the Rumble ult goes off, though, and now the only way TempestEP can retreat is right into Kog'Maw.
Yeah, he's just going to sit here, try and put some damage down, but he knows he's dead, so either get a few extra hits in or try to run, which would be futile at that point. So, good stuff going on bot, managing to keep it, and top lane here, they need to get these kills down so they can get back up and reclaim it, because bot is going back in favor of the red team now.
Nice kite, Shadow of Time bringing Pantheon right into his teammates. Good play right there. See Sona immediately turning around when that happened too.
Yeah, you can see here they're grouping up. Elise is actually heading B, probably going to be going back down bot, and we're going to see who's going to win this fight now. Rumble's ult is still down, so they could have quite the advantage. Sona's Crescendo is also down, so there are no AoE ults to help them win this fight at this point.
Although they really were, looks like the burst wasn't quite as effective as they thought it was going to be. And Taric getting taken down after being dogged by the enemy team right there. Viktor's ult is out following TempestEP, and he's being taken out slowly. J4 goes in with the Cataclysm, and TempestEP manages to stay alive for a little bit longer.
Oh, and then you see there that Viktor stun going down, keeping Jarvan in place, making sure he can't get that extra damage onto Rumble. Oh, but getting taken out because Jarvan's just like, you know what? I don't like getting stunned very much, Viktor. Get over here. And very nice Wooglets there by Rumble, making sure he's staying alive to let his cooldowns go off.
Was able to dodge the Light Binding in the process, too.
Very, very close. But they will manage to take the top out of this. But let's see bot lane here. Did Elise get ganked? Yes, she did. She is down. So Vi's going to try and head bot to try and stop this push. If anyone manages to get one of these bot 2 towers, that is a quest, which will be a huge damage boost for the next big fight that breaks out.
That 10% is quite a lot, especially with the recent pen changes. It goes even further to see Vi dashing out, but you can't escape the Kog'Maw. He sees exactly what's going on with that Lightbringer active.
Using that new Lightbringer, building it out of Grez's Lantern, being able to pop open into those shadow areas and brushes is very, very useful. That Lux ult and Jarvan just cleaning up bot, no problem.
Cutting back up to the top lane now. Taric's got the defensive garrison down. He's trying to keep this tower held. Gets stunned by Wawix. Turns around. He's trying to go for Sona. Is he going to be able to interrupt it in time? No, unfortunately. Tower goes neutral, and he has to retreat now. But Lux is taking back the bottom point, and they're taking this time to go and try and get the quest objective. ViolentlyCar is trying to zone Orphane away, and Orphane's taking a lot of damage trying to dive through to interrupt David. Looks like David's going to go for the skill shot, but miss. Cataclysm takes him down. And Viktor coming back now, they're going to have to contend with him if they want to try and pick up this quest.
That was quite a great dunk by J-Man, but let's see if they're going to be able to get anything done. Very easily just melts him. That Elise damage is just too strong right now. Jarvan sitting on that cleaver as well. It's just going to be hurting so much. Let's see. Pantheon stopping that cap there. But going on back to top. Not too much just fighting in the jungle. Not really getting to the point.
Lux's ult unfortunately didn't quite connect there the way that he had wanted it. Genolicious low on mana, going to retreat up to that top tower. Elise going for the bottom once again, but Kog'Maw is alive, and Elise is just getting lower and lower on hit points. I don't know how long he can keep that neutral down there. Dive at the top seems to be pretty successful. Shadow of Time on the tower, so Vi can do the DPS. TempestEP, do you have this under control? Yes, you do. Let's see if you can handle Wawix.
Managed to get the Sona, but Viktor showing up as well as Pantheon. Don't think they will be able to fight this. Taric is on the way, and so is Jarvan, but they are not going to be able to get there in time.
Wawix, Viktor, the true final boss here. TempestEP's got to run away. Hit that save point, reload your game, man, because it's going to be game over in just a moment. Health Rogue's only going to save you temporarily. Got the Blackfire Torch burn going, and Science! Science stops it all.
Good pickup by the Rumble there. And also a great tactic by Vi. What she did is instead of sitting around the point and keeping them in the place where they want to be, she attempted to run back towards the enemy's base, pulling them away from that top point so her team might be able to get a chance to go up there and get it.
Yeah, you want to be able to draw the enemy team away from you. Nice stun on the bottom by Teemo. Nice snare by David, and Orphane going to get liquefied, as was foreseen earlier. We got Rumble coming down here. Is this equalizer available right now? It doesn't look like. Yep, there it is. Goes down.
He is going to be dropping that to stop the cap. David taking a lot of damage. He is just going to pop from that Storm Shield. That is so much extra damage hitting you. And going back up top, the AoE stuns are just coming out like crazy.
ViolentlyCar and Shadow of Time up here. Light Binding traps both of them. Lucid Singularity for a little bit of damage. Good job stepping out of that. David here to clean it up. Get the Windex. It's Spider time. Genolicious hits the movement speed active that Sona's got. Tries to dodges the snare as well. Spider Bomb doesn't connect either. Not quite in range for a Light Binding. Genolicious is going to get away. How long can he delay up here? The Clairvoyance goes down to reveal where he is.
Dodging that binding. Ooh, almost dodging the ult, but just doesn't have enough damage. Sona is sitting on that bulwark, so she does take a lot less magic damage, but of course, the Elise execute is going to clean that up very nicely. Rumble coming in to finish off the Lux, but we do have Jarvan and Elise here. Pantheon coming in, but there's going to be a 3v2. Viktor is on his way. Will he be able to get here in time? Elise is just using that percentage damage from range, coming in to clean everything up. Nice Wooglets by that Rumble there, saving him for just the few seconds that he could. But I don't think Viktor's going to be able to clean this up, and there is just too much damage coming off. This top lane is on blue team.
Now that's kind of a reverse of what we saw earlier, where blue team was kind of doing the go in one at a time. And this time it was the reverse, where the red team was kind of going in one after another to try and keep their point held. We've hit a point in the game where things are just kind of a little bit stable. There were lots of deaths, lots of trades going on. People are buying, they're recalling, they're picking up items. Down the bottom lane, Orphane's Kog'Maw is getting a little ridiculous with the items that he's got going there. So I'm not sure how well David's going to fare if Orphane's able to look at the damage from Kog'Maw there.
Goodness, just chunking apart Elise, managing to eat him down. If it weren't for Lux coming in at that last second, I don't think Elise would have stood much of a chance. That Cog has so much attack speed in addition to that Sanguine Blade. He's just going to sit back and start chunking you to pieces with his percentage damage.
Teemo up the top, gets stunned into the tower, gets hit for a lot. Defensive Garrison goes down to try and help him with his minis a little bit, but there's the equalizer out on the field. TempestEP's health getting lower and lower by the moment. Finally getting taken down. Wawix's Viktor kind of out of control in this game.
Yeah, that Viktor, it's not a common pick on Summoner's Rift, but when you come to Dominion and you know how to play a champion really well, you can make things work. You'd be surprised what we see on a day-to-day basis.
Lurch Rumble is also a great example of that, and so is Infeed's Nasus, I'd have to say. Taking this bottom point down here for a little while, a Shadow of Time to get a little bit of damage out, and even though they lost that windmill, they were able to hold on to this bottom lane for a little while and still keep themselves solidly in this game. Every time Orphane gets killed in the bottom lane and that turns over, that buys them time to retake top.
Oh, Jarvan going in here a little aggressive. The Sona ult does come out only for the Jarvan though, so when the team fight starts here, she will not have that. But let's see what's going to happen. I think blue team's going to come out on top of this. They don't have very much. The Sona ult's down. They might be able to take this top point without a problem. Rumble's coming in, but I don't think he's going to be able to do anything. They are just streaming in one after another, and that is not a very wise decision to do when you're playing Dominion, or any game type in LoL for that matter.
Yeah, although they do want to they just want to hold on to the point. As the Nexus health gets lower, you'll see a lot more plays like that where they just want to hold on to it for a little while. David, nice Wooglets right there to avoid that damage. Airborne and Light Binding combo. Sona going to get taken down, and now we're going to have Rumble coming in next. And if he comes in unsupported, I don't know how I feel about that. Throws down the Equalizer to keep it neutral. Pantheon coming in as well, and that's going to be a 2v2. This is actually pretty solid now.
So now they have the Viktor to back him up, so that should help quite a bit. It was in favor of blue for just a little bit because they did manage to neutralize the tower. But getting everyone up there for the red team. Now they're managing to take that back. Viktor coming in to save the day at the last second.
Seeing some pings go down the bottom lane. Taric heading south. Are we going to see another play for that bottom? I don't know. Sona's
Sona down
that
there.
side. And it looks like they're looking for... Oh, Teemo's revealed himself, stepped out of the fog of war right there. Kog'Maw's going to start the fight with David, with Sona over there for backup. I don't know how I feel about that. David able to get back away, which is very fortunate.
You see back up here in top, we have Pantheon and Viktor just chilling in the jungle, trying to hold him back, zone him out, kite him around.
Oh, nice light binding by Shadow of Time.
Excellent, excellent damage. That Lux, once she gets to that endgame, her damage is just going to spike and it will hurt. And good thing is, her ult only has 15 more seconds till it's back up, so it could potentially be back up again in the middle of this fight.
Good double light binding and then airborne combo, keeping Science crowd controlled for quite a while, but oh, that Wooglets and ult combo, so nice. Science has got, he refilled the Windex bottle, guys.
Ooh, sitting under that tower and sitting in Rumble's equalizer hurts so much. You could see just everyone getting shredded to pieces and just getting chunked. That's painful.
Teemo keeping Wawix away from everyone else. Sona coming down as well. Sona actually going to pop the recall, and Vi's going to start capping the tower. Sona's recall is going to go through. Did not respond to Vi, so Vi's going to get the free neutral.
Yeah, they were trying to make something happen bot, but Pantheon stepped out of the fog of war, revealed himself, so Elise instantly backed off, did not want to deal with that.
And gets the full cap because of the minions.
Managed to get top lane, and they didn't make anything happen bot. Now, this game's going to get really, really close really fast, so we'll see who wins it.
Uh-oh, Orphane, not again! Orphane, you know what's coming with the Taric stun lands, at least, no!
Oh.
Fortunately, not able to connect. Goes for the repel anyway, but Taric is falling back. And with that exhaust on David, is Orphane going to be able to pull this off? Teemo's trying to catch up, and he lands the stun. Is he going to be able to save his teammate once again? Yes, Taric!
He does manage to save the day, but going back up into the top lane here, we have red team pushing on to blue here, and we do have the advantage looking in favor of red. They're managing to zone out the Vi, but the Vi just running around in circles again, leading them away from objectives. Don't want them to get near where you're trying to defend. And look at Science, just chasing.
They've got 3 points under their control right now. They're going to lose this top one, but they're going to be able to sit on bottom for a little bit. Vi is just kiting Science forever. And Lux's laser able to take out Viktor. Did not catch that on camera, but that's the only way he could have died from that far away.
Yep, he was up top capping the point and just perfectly lined up. Lux fired off that laser.
So you're never safe when she's around. So now that point's neutral. And it's close. Teemo's up there. Genolicious is low on mana, but Sona thankfully doesn't need a lot of mana to contribute. She's going to hang back and start capping that. Is J4 going to get there in time? No, he's not. He's going to put down the hurt on Science. And Science is getting lower and lower. They threw down the exhaust on him for good measure. Sona tries to keep him up, but isn't able to do so. And now it's Sona alone. The bottom point has been captured, but blue team is going to get up here before red can.
We're going to see if anything's going to happen. Viktor's on his way up. He may be able to have some kind of game-changing ult. They are sitting under a captured tower, so if they try to fight under that without someone holding it, it's going to start dealing a lot of damage. They may be able to make something happen here. But down in the bot lane, Orphane is just getting eaten alive by that Vi. She is going to run across and attempt to cap that point and help hold the positions there. So can they hold this top lane long enough? We'll see.
Genolicious' rune combo is Breath of the Living up here in the top lane, staying alive and effective at so few HP, keeping Lux kiting her, or keeping Lux chasing her, and Wawix being able to hang back and put out the damage, and now it's gonna get do or die time right now for the blue team.
Yeah, they literally have to win this fight bot lane, or they are not going to be able to take this game. It will be for red. They are taking down the Cog. He does go down.
Oh, there's a revive, though.
Pantheon still had his revive up, and Sona is right there ready to go. I don't think they're going to be able to take this one back.
I think that revive just won them the game, though. Denx being able to get up there and get ahead before Sona and get the interrupt on those guys up at the top. Oh, it's going to be really close. I don't think they can pull it off, but they're trying so hard.
Viktor's going to be able to keep him off. Very, very close game, though. Came down to the last play.
That revive really locked things down in the bottom lane, and Viktor doing the work up top to keep things disrupted so they couldn't pull the neutral there either.
Yeah, very excellent plays all around. The team comps were fairly even, and just it really came down to where the plays were made and when. And some great holding by that Sona in the top lane. You saw she got the Bulwark, she had the Glacial Shroud working towards Frozen Heart, she had the Locket, and her whole objective is, I'm going to sit here on Windmill, and you can try as hard as you want, but you're not going to move me off this point.